Copyright disclaimer. This was the dream that I had at the early hours of the 26th. Annie was with another lady, then she received a phone call that the tsunami is already coming. Like a vision inside the dream, it was shown to me, or more precisely, uploaded into my ruach, that we are in New York, that the waves will be coming from Florida because of the direction it comes from the south, from an stand. The buildings on the right, while there's a body of water on the left. Then out of nowhere, Annie blurted out, "The geysers will be opened." No idea if there are geysers out there, but that was happened in the dream. Etymologically, from 1780, from Icelandic Geyser, from Old Norse Giza to gush, Proto-Indo-European root gew to pour. Quite fascinating how it retained its pronunciation in Britain,
Geyser,
while it changed in America,
Geyser.
similar to how it was pronounced in the dream. Honestly, when Annie was researching it, have written it like this, hence Annie will stick to Giza. Moving forward, the Ruach HaKadosh had reminded Annie that the Geysers were opened during the Great Flood too. In Bereshit, Chapter 7, it was mentioned all the fountains of the great deep were broken up, including the windows of Hashemayim. While in Sefer Yubilim, it was mentioned that Yahuwah opened the mouths of the fountains of the great deep. This is our second witness. The windows of Hashemayim was mentioned too. The third will be from Yashar, Sefer Yashar, all the fountains of the deep were broken up. The windows of Hashemayim were opened from the Rakia, the firmament. In Sefer Hanuk, he was shown the place where all the waters of the deep flow, the mouths of all the rivers of Haaretz, the mouth of the deep. Ani Ma'amin, Ani believed that the body of water that Ani was shown was Atlantic Ocean having the Geysers, what they term or call now the hydrothermal vents. They quote-unquote discovered them on 1977. This article was on 1986, a little older than me. The Atlantic Geysers were first located somewhere along midway between Florida. Even mentioned that they found a massive mound that has a height same with the statue in New York. But what's fascinating for me is that they used the term spewed out shimmering hot springs. A vent that spews out warm water, hot water. Skeptic?
A hydrothermal vent is a fissure in the Earth's crust where seawater seeps into magma chambers and is ejected back out at high temperatures, along with a rich slurry of minerals and simple chemical compounds. Energy is particularly concentrated at the steep chemical gradients of hydrothermal vents.
They throw the magma terms in there in order to push their spherical
Earth.
There are two kinds of hydrothermal vent, black smokers and white smokers. Black smokers release acidic carbon dioxide-rich water heated to hundreds of degrees Celsius and packed with sulfur, iron, copper, and other metals essential to life.
The black smokers are the Geysers that they have discovered first in Pacific Ocean on 1977.
Among the white smokers, a field of hydrothermal vents on the mid-Atlantic ridge called Lost City has become the most favored candidate for the cradle of life. The seawater expelled here is highly alkaline and lacks carbon dioxide, but is rich in methane and offers more hospitable temperatures. Adjacent black smokers may have contributed the carbon dioxide necessary for life to evolve at Lost.
I'm Dr. Robert Ballard, President of the Institute for Exploration, and I want to welcome you to Challenge of the Deep. In a few moments, our team is going to take you to a very special place deep beneath the sea that few have ever seen before. It's called Lost City, but it's not the site of ancient ruins. Lost City is an amazing geologic feature recently discovered in the Great Abyss, situated on the largest mountain range on Earth, the Mid-Ocean Ridge.
Great Deep, Great Abyss.
On the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. in a small valley called the Atlantis Fracture Zone, a miniature version of the San Andreas Fault that exposes a steep vertical wall of the Earth's interior.
Doesn't that look like the fountains of the deep?
The tall white spires of Lost City come into view. As tall as city buildings, they look like giant stalagmites in the dark reaches of Carlsbad Cavern. But instead of being stalagmites formed by dripping water, the limestone spires of Lost City are caused by warm water coming out of the bottom, flowing upward as it builds the spires.
Warm water coming out of it, hence they call it hot spring. Now that's an article from Ocean Research in Action. They mentioned that the tallest vent is about 196 feet. Now they don't want you to believe in the flat arats, hence they have to put the hard-boiled egg
analogy
at the end of the article.
The spires of Lost City are formed by a process called serpentinization.
Serpentinization. You can't make this stuff up.
Most dramatic feature of all is the upside-down pools of hot water that are trapped beneath the very ledges they are forming.
Waters beneath the water.
One of the most amazing things that I had ever seen in the bottom of the ocean. It was while filming for Blue Planet. It was in the Gulf of Mexico. And I noticed there's something out in the distance. Couldn't tell exactly what, but it looked like a dark band.
It was said that he died from a helicopter explosion after this interview.
Lapping against the shoreline. This band was a ring of mussels. And inside the ring of mussels was a lake. And it's like, wait a minute, I'm already underwater. We went out over the water in this lake and tried to descend in it and bounced off. It was so super saline and dense that the submarine couldn't go down in it. We literally bounced off, and as we bounced off, we sent ripples heading back to the shoreline. It was insane.
Like there's a seal in it that only Yahuwah through Yahushua can open. We'd been warned by Yahushua HaMashiach that there will be anxiety on Haaretz for the bewilderment at the roaring of the sea, agitation. Even the powers of Hashemayim shall be shaken. Hence we are advised to shakad at all times, wapalal, that we may be counted worthy to escape all this about to take place, to stand before the bin Adam Yahushua HaMashiach, the bin Elohim, Hadarak Haamat Hakayim. Hallelujah. Shalom, shalom.